Today, you're going to try on both a detective and a rescuer hat to crack several crimes and save a few people. Look at these people very attentively. Which of them is in greater danger? It's the man crossing the road at the red light. As for the woman, the fork won't fit in the outlet, so she's safe. How about these guys? Who would you hurry to save? The man on the right urgently needs help. His rope is torn. Now look at these people. One of them needs rescue as soon as possible. Which one? You should rush to save the man on the right. Extreme heat can take one's life faster than extreme cold. Who's about to fall, the man or the girl? What's your bet? The man is going to fall soon. While the girl's rope is tightly wrapped around her waist, the man's rope is about to rip. These two guys are making a grave mistake, eating berries they don't recognize. But for one of them, it's bound to end badly. Which guy isn't going to survive? The guy on the left is going to have big problems. See that bird next to the bush? It's not moving and doesn't look alive. It means the berries on that bush are poisonous. The next one is kinda hypothetical. If you knew one of these people was a vampire, which one would be your first pick? I'd opt for the girl in the middle. She's hiding from the sun under a large dark umbrella. All because vampires are afraid of sunlight. Do you agree? Or do you have another idea? Share it in the comments. One guy decided to become a scuba diver, but during his first dive, he got dazed and disoriented. He couldn't figure out which way he should swim to get to the surface. Soon, he also noticed he was running out of air. He started panicking. Can you help the poor guy to find his way to the surface? He should swim in the direction where bubbles go. You're stuck in Antarctica. You're starting to run out of food, so you decide to explore your surroundings. At one point, you come across a chunk of bone with a crack in it. This bone might come in handy. What is the best way to use it? Crack it and use it as a second knife? Make an eyewear mask or make a flute to entertain yourself. An eyewear mask is the best option. It can save you from a big problem: snow blindness. Sunlight reflected off the snow and ice can cause serious eye problems. You find yourself trapped in an empty room with only a small knife, a water dispenser, and a large water bottle. There are 3 doors in the room. The corridor behind the first one is filled with toxic gas. Behind the second door, there are venomous snakes. And the third door is hiding a giant aquarium with hungry sharks. Which door should you choose? Empty the water dispenser and cut its top part with the knife. Put it over your head so that no air can get inside. Then leave fast through the first door. In the morning, Johnson found out that he had somehow turned into a metal robot. The place where he woke up was a dungeon. There were 3 corridors leading out of that place. The first passage had a treacherous floor. Some of its panels could collapse. Massive boulders fell from the ceiling of the second corridor every 30 seconds. and the third passage was filled with giant cacti with thorns covered in poison. Which corridor is the safest? Johnson's gotta pick the third corridor. Thorns would do no harm to his now metal body. Emma came to the office and found out that someone had deleted an important report from her computer. She questioned 3 people. Laura said she'd just arrived. Thomas answered he'd been out buying coffee and had just returned. And Eliza said she'd had a meeting with a client in a cafe. Who deleted Emma's report? Eliza. Pay attention to the suspect's feet. Thomas and Laura's shoes are wet. They got caught in the rain. But Eliza's high heels are perfectly dry. She must have lied about going to meet with a client. Famous chef Logan was going to have some very important guests in his restaurant. 1 hour before their arrival, Logan saw red handprints on his white jacket. Look at the other cooks and try to figure out who wants to ruin the chef's career. There's a pair of gloves stained with something red in the trash can. The only person who isn't wearing any gloves is the cook on the left. He must be the one to have spoiled Logan's uniform. One of these people on the train is hiding some treasure. Can you spot who it is? It's this man. At first glance, he's just overweight. But once you look closer, you'll realize that his belly has an uneven shape and is even a bit lumpy. Both of these ladies are in a terrible hurry. They're gonna be late for work. But while one of them might still get to the office on time, the other is definitely doing something wrong and won't make it. Put those attention skills of yours to good use. The first lady is bound to be late for work. She's trying to style her hair, but the tool she's using is unplugged. Look at these dishes very attentively. Which of them isn't safe to eat? Look at this piece of cake. There's a spider on it. And is it spinning a tiny web? I wouldn't eat this dessert if I were you. Joe had a friend, Randy, who never answered questions directly. Once, Joe sent Randy a message inviting him to join their friends in a cafe. Randy's answer was kinda weird. Sorry, no money, job and job. Luckily, Joe knew his friend well enough to understand what he meant. But can you figure it out? Randy meant he had no money because he was in between jobs. There are 3 fortune tellers working in an amusement park: Zelda, Salma, and Freya. But one of them is an imposter. Look at the women attentively and try to figure out who it is. Look! Salma has an earphone in her ear. It means someone is helping her to predict her visitor's fate. Mickey woke up in a small room without windows. She didn't know how she got there. The girl noticed a door with a combination lock on it. And on the floor next to her, there was a note. Spelled forward, "We're those rodents that terrify you. But what you need is spelled backward. You can't touch it, but you see it at night. What's the password?" The rodents the note speaks about are rats, and the word Mickey needs is star. The police suspected that Mr. Hall was a smuggler, transporting forbidden goods on his yacht. One day, they learned that the cargo they were looking for was on his vessel. Several police officers came to Mr. Hall with a search warrant. They examined every nook and cranny of his yacht but didn't find anything. Suddenly, one of the police officers realized where the cargo was. Do you know where it was hidden? The cargo could only be underwater. Wrapped in a protective cover, it was tied to the anchor. Now, look at these people attentively. Who's richer? The man on the left looks like a rich businessman, but he might be just pretending. His designer clothes could be fake. At the same time, the guy with green hair looks very informal, but he's holding a brand new laptop and expensive headphones. He is likely to be richer. Sam is talking to his lawyer in jail. They're very upset because the judge has refused to grant bail. At the end of the conversation, Sam is allowed to leave the jail. Why? Sam is visiting his lawyer, who was arrested and jailed.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.